Hello and welcome to the show today, guys and girls. We are looking at a few of the front-wheel drive cars that would be good for drifting. And this one right here, the Citroen, is one of them. It's in the James Bond edition cars. This is the 2CV, as it says on the side. It's a pretty paint job. And it's right there. You'll find it if you're looking for the paint job. Now I made a few videos today of just different front-wheel drive vehicles. So this one I just did 15 minutes ago. It's still uploading. We can see it go. It wasn't too bad, and then it lost all its momentum. But it was still a very smooth car.
You have arrived at your destination.
And the rain helped. The rain helps you drift better when you're doing a front-wheel drive car. And this is with the stock motor. Sounds like a lawnmower. And the sheep horn fits perfectly with this car. So there is the Citroen. Pretty sweet. It's got a nice small engine in the front there, resembling a lawnmower. Nice chrome rear end, so there's some weight going to the rear to help it slide. Alright, the next car, if I can get to it right, is the 850R. Now I didn't have the paint job when I made the video, but this is a pretty sick paint job from Car Crazy. So huge shout out to Car Crazy. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. It says by Car Crazy in the back. Love it. Love the green and everything about it. It is pretty darn good. But this one I made like two different kind of videos for it. First one would be here in the front, and the second one's in the city. So we'll go with this one, and then we'll go into the city. This one you have to fight it to drift on tight corners. But when you get into like opening it up, it's not too bad. The longer the vehicle, the better it is to drift. We had that video there, and then in town, I was whipping around just to see what it could do. Now, there are different types of trying to front wheel drive drift. This one, I'm just using power and using basically the momentum and the weight of the vehicle to drift. There are other alternatives that you can do. There are much slower alternatives, and that is just locking up the rear wheels, just keeping the e-brake on, and trying to drift that way. I didn't like that. I used to do it in the earlier Forza Motorsports, but in Horizon, it's a different animal. I didn't like it as well. So couldn't really do that. Now the other vehicle, I think I went outside. Well, anyways, it's not bad. The front just got a lot of power, and it's got stock tires on it just so it will slide. Now you could essentially run the e-brake. Alright. And that's just usually how it is. And you just be constantly locking it. It just doesn't want to do it on this car. Like the cars that you could do it on was like the VW Sirocco. I know a lot of people use that front-wheel drive car. I also have the Honda. I wanted to try the Honda just because that's what people like. And it's right here. 601 horsepower, 510 pounds of torque. That one wasn't too bad. It had its issues. But here it is of what it could do.
You have arrived at your destination.
I figured a 600 horsepower would be fine with it. But it too has issues. So like the Citroen is like my favorite right now. Also the Volvo is. So those two I like. This wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. Got about 14,000 right there at the start. I called that pretty good.
At your destination.
Yeah, not that great of a car. Wasn't too bad. Just a little finicky when it comes to drifting. And a little messed up too, because I hit every single wall trying to get that thing to go sideways. Now, like the tunes, I think the Citroen was my favorite, and I think if you just follow the tune for that, it could help you. Now, I didn't share any of these, but if you want like the Volvo shared or whatnot, let me know. I'll try to smoothing up the Honda if you really want to try to drift that car. The Citroen, at least that's what I call it. I could be, butchering the name, but here is the tune. It's pretty straightforward. You got 30 and 30 on that. This is not the car. This is not that car. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I didn't. I have so many of these cars. They're like, Posh, you have all of these colors. Like, there it is. Oh. Let's go to that one. See, I have 3 of them. I have an all-wheel drive, another all-wheel drive. Let's get to the right one. Believe me, it's weird. Back to this one where it actually has nice, thin tires. Alright. Because I'm like 30 and 30 is wrong. It should be like 15 and 55. See, there it is. 15 and 55. I'm like going along with it. Like, alright, whatever. Here's the gearing. Alright, looks a lot smoother. Alright, this is just stock gearing. I didn't even touch the gearing. Didn't need to. A little different. negative 1.4, negative 1.4, 0.0, 5.0, and the front caster actually took down to 1.0. The Volvo is at 7. And I decided to try some things with it. Springs, I made it more stiff in the rear, just so it would just slide a little bit easier. Ride height is all up to you. Dampening, I just did 11, 8, 6, 4. This is usually what I use for my race tunes. Keeps the back end planted, but it also helped it to drift. Braking, I didn't touch it. And then differential, I did 0% on acceleration and 100% on deceleration. Really just helps the traction get loose on the rear end, is what I was really trying to obtain here. So, and there you have it. That was that car. I mean, like I said, the Volvo is a little different. I don't even have to go to that. I can just press over and go right to it. Really didn't change too much. I just wanted to see if I could really get this thing sideways. So here you got 30 and then 55. Like I said, stockish. I had to take the fourth gear and bring it down to get it to drift a little bit better. This is a little different. 1.4, 1.4, 5.0, 5.0, 7.0. No anti-roll bars. Springs I didn't touch. Dampening I didn't touch. Aero didn't touch. Braking didn't touch. And I didn't touch the differential. So I just messed with some things and it worked out pretty darn good. Just upgrades. Nothing real exciting. The Citroen, I'll have to show you guys what I did with that. There wasn't really any like tires that I changed except the rear. Got the rears what is possible. Really helped out on that. That's the only thing I can actually think of that I've done to this thing. It's got the TC105 ends. The rim size are even stock on there. Could have done a little bit more, but that's up to you guys on what you want to do to your cars. Other than that, the power out of this car, just the stock engine. So whatever it has, I think it's I think it has twin turbos on there. The Citroen. Now let's pick the right one this time when we get down into this. Okay, so it's going to be this one here. Forgive me, it's 1:23 a.m. Anyways, the Citroen. What I did here is on tires, you have the front track width. That's the only one you could do. So I brought it all the way out. So the rears were in more, as the word would be, to really help it drift better. Other than that, that's it. This one has actually nothing on there. Stock, naturally aspirated, and it does pretty darn well. Like I said, the power on this thing is 212 horsepower, 205 foot-pounds of torque. It only weighs 1,359 pounds. And it's a fun little car. So if you can't get this car, if you don't have the James Bond edition, definitely get the 850R Volvo. Did a little bit better there. Got 15,000.
You have arrived at your
19,000 right there. That's not too bad. You just take off and put on the e-brake when you're drifting. Seems to work the best. You're just locking up the rears just to get in the slide. And of course you're going to lose momentum, but that's just part of the game. This is pretty darn smooth. And like I said, it's fully upgraded, light as possible, just to get those numbers without the turbos. Like I said, it's fully upgraded without the turbos. That's pretty smooth front-wheel drive car. So hopefully Itts Glenn, huge shout out to Itts Glenn. Hopefully this answers your question of like what kind of front-wheel drives would be good. Well, I believe the 1981 is your smoothest, and so is the 850R. So hopefully that makes your decisions on what you want to make. He did give like honorable mentions of just like the BMW setup, but that didn't work with what he asked me to do, but that's okay. I did look into the BMW, but it's rear-wheel drive. I had an all-wheel drive for it. It's pretty fun if you want to go on the rear-wheel drive route. It can be a little fast, but if you're going to go in the front-wheel drive route, definitely pick up the Citroen, the 2CV. Alright guys, well hey, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Other little cars to go drifting that are fun, I just want to add, the rear-wheel drive, though, are the Appeal, P-E-E-L cars. Look them up. They're hilarious to drift if you're going rear-wheel drive. But front-wheel drive, these cars are not bad. Take care, guys. Peace out.